let's dive into your story, because there are naturally probably going to be some people who tune into this podcast may not necessarily know who you are.
Of course, absolutely.
I think the people who do know who you are would identify you as someone who's a trader. But as we were discussing this last night as well, you're more than just a trader now.
Yeah.
You're an actual born entrepreneur. And I was having this thought last night as well. I'm sorry to ramble on too much here. I was having this thought last night of the fact that when we become entrepreneurs, we start off in one field, but that doesn't mean we stay in one field.
Yep.
We're constantly diversifying. Once we've unlocked how to make money in the first thing, it doesn't mean we stay there. So though trading may be the thing where you've unlocked how to make money, you're going to be doing so many more other things where
absolutely
you're more than just that trader that started in the beginning. So yeah, just to take us back to how you started in your journey, let's go through a quick recap of how it all happened.
So I came across currency trading in 2016.
Currency trading, also named as Forex trading, right?
Forex, foreign exchange. You see it in the airport. Currency trading, foreign exchange. You see it in the airports. So I came across that in 2016, and I simply just ignored it because I thought you had to be a mathematician, and I was very bad at maths. I failed maths in school. Yeah,
because at the end of the day, all you're dealing with is numbers.
Yeah. So I was very much taken back when I found out it has nothing to do with maths. So it's like I came across trading in 2016, but I actually started trading in 2020. So that's 4 years gone to waste. Of course, in those 4 years, I've grown so much. Things have happened in my life that have shaped the person I am today. So I'm grateful for them. I don't see it as a loss. I see it as a learning opportunity. So it shaped the person I am today, and it definitely aided who I am today, because I went through different situations like being given false promises for jobs abroad, going there, being stranded with no money, having to take a loan from my sister at the time and then pay her back because I just believed people.
And this is between 2016 and 2020?
Yeah, between that time, like going for an interview there, being promised a job, and then me delivering, them not paying me, and then them saying, taking back their words. So I've been through, like, this is why I say I became an adult from a very young age. Because
you've been through that journey of trying to find yourself. From
16, 17, 18, 19, like I've been in working environments, I've been backstabbed, I've been betrayed, I've seen pretty much everything I need to see for me to know, okay, I want to be independent. I want to be independently capable of my finances. I don't want my finances to ever depend on anyone. So from the 2016 period to 2020, obviously those things shaped the person I am, those experiences. And I started in 2020 in lockdown. I got into so many different things, bro. I got into direct sales. I got into trying to start a clothing brand. I got into social media marketing agency. I was giving out leaflets door to door. I got into network marketing, thinking I'm going to get rich. I got into, and you become naive. People paint these pictures to you and you think, okay, this is it. But when you're young, I'm not going to bash every industry I've been in, because some of them actually taught me very, very, very good life skills. For example, door to door sales, like direct sales. I was selling pots and pans, kitchenware, getting a commission for it. Then again, they never paid me. But it's the skill of approaching people. I was in Waltham Cross High Street. I would be there with a leaflet approaching people. So that's now converted to what? Cold selling, basically. So I was almost used to rejection. I got used to rejection very quickly. Practicing that, learning how to speak, being confident in my speech, you know. So these industries that I was in, they taught me life skills that were transferable into what I'm doing today and what I will be doing for the rest of my life. So I stumbled across currency trading in 2020, COVID, everything went left. I said to myself, okay, famous quote by Warren Buffett, if I don't make money in my sleep, I'm going to work until I die. I said, I need to find something that's going to make me money in my sleep. So I was living with an individual at the time, and he was making some money from trading. And I kind of said, okay, if this guy can do it, I can do it. We're from the same area. Like, I went to school on the same road that, you know, he was raised on. So why can't I do it? And he can do it. And he's way younger than me.
From the same area, same ends, everything.
From the same area, exactly. So I took a liking to that, and I began to learn. There was a Chinese guy on YouTube. I watched like 3 videos from there. Didn't really understand. Then again, I was very much intimidated by what I didn't understand. And that's something I acknowledged later on in my life. And it's very important to be self-aware and know where your faults are and know where your shortcomings are, because if you don't know what your shortcomings are, you're going to think there's no room for growth. So my issue was always I was intimidated by what I didn't know. When only when I felt like I had to be too smart for something. So when it came to trading, I see this old Chinese guy. I'm thinking, yeah, this guy's Chinese. These guys have superpowers. They're just too smart for us. They're 15 years ahead. Let me just click off this guy. Let me find someone that looks like me. So then I found a guy called Swaggy C on YouTube.
Okay, yep, familiar with Swaggy.
Yeah. So yeah, then I stumbled across his stuff. I was watching his free YouTube videos, and then honestly, it just, you know, when YouTube recommends you so many other videos, and you're in that world of trading now.
Yeah.
Start watching this guy, and I'm just watching from like a point of view of, I don't want to waste my time on Netflix, so let me watch something that's actually going to benefit me. Of course, now looking back, I have had a lot of analysis paralysis, and maybe an overdose in information wasn't the correct thing, but it was the obsession, I would say, that got me to where I am today. I was obsessed. And this is something my mom's told me about myself. She said, your problem is you don't listen. You're stubborn when it comes to what you want. And honestly speaking, that's true. But it's kind of paved the way for the life I'm living now.
Yeah, do you know what's funny you say that? Because my mum and my dad always say I'm quite stubborn as well. And they always say I'm tunnel visioned. And sometimes they say that's like that could be a downfall or a negative side. But I also see it as, if you've got your eye on that one vision ahead of you and you're going full steam ahead of it, you're going to eventually get it. So do you think having a tunnel vision was a good thing for you, or had its negative sides as well?
Absolutely, man. If, I don't know, let me give a comparison of, if I have a sniper and I know in the middle of that scope is my target, all I have to do is focus on what?
On the target.
On a target. If I have an RPG now,
yeah, that's going anywhere.
Why? Because I'm just looking at everything like this.
Yeah.
I've got all of my options and I'm exploring. Should I do Amazon FBA? Should I do trading? Should I do public speaking? Should I do high ticket sales? Should I start a business? Should I do e-com? You're just looking at everything like this. But when you dabble down, you get that scope and you really take a look into that scope. Yeah. And everything else is peripheral noise.
Do you know, I'm due to make a YouTube video on this soon as well, because I stress the fact that the mistake young or new entrepreneurs make is that they spread their skills too fast and spread it too wide. In a sense of, if they crack down and focus down on one thing, they'll be successful in that one thing. Alex Hormozy says this all the time as well, where what's going to come first? The fact that you quit first, or you've spread too fast and that's why it's failed in the first place. But the reason why businesses fail in the first place is because they never had a chance to get it to be successful, if that makes sense. So cracking down and focusing on one thing, like for me, the reason why this podcast is successful is because I've put all my energy and focus onto it in the past 4 or 5 years. But I've had loads of business ideas in the meantime. But if I had started doing them and start acting them, would this podcast be here right now in this position? I don't think so. And I could probably say the same for you in a sense of, exactly what you do.
I feel like it's a very important point to highlight, especially when it comes to younger people. Like you mentioned, a lot of people spread out their options very too quickly. And that can be a huge problem, because just before something's taken off, your focus has already dropped, and you've kind of diversified your focus into other areas. And the problem with a lot of young people is the get rich quick mindset that all of us speak about. But I like to boil it down to an even deeper issue. The deeper issue is, and this is part of my book as well, is when we're young, we don't appreciate appreciation. What do I mean by that? We don't appreciate the fact that we have to start a venture, we have to start a business and wait for its value to go up. What we're doing is we start a business, we start a venture, we start trading, for example, and we see a little bit of profit and we close out. Or we see something going well a little bit and then we say, yeah, okay, that's cool. Or on the opposite side of the spectrum, we can see something go wrong and say, why is this not working out? We see, maybe the restaurant that you own hasn't picked up. You say, oh, that's it, I'm going to close it. Bro, you've been open for 2 months. Learn to appreciate appreciation. And appreciating appreciation means it takes time. Where's the room for an exponential curve in growth if all you're looking for is a spike?
Yeah, of course. And just to put it into even more perspective, let's talk about trading, for example.